If you all back home have been following me for a bit, you'll know that I'm sort of in my training arc. And recently, I've been on the upward trend, so I figured I wanted to spice up my next training session and really challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone. But as you guys saw in the beginning, there are a couple of lowlights and nothing could have prepared me for the type of day that I was going to have. It's time to show you guys how good I've actually gotten. So if you saw my last video, I got a chance to hit with Mitch Stewart, UW legend, top 30 NCAA, All-American, absolute monster. And I've been putting in the work, I've been putting in the time into getting better. In today's video, I'm gonna be trying to add a lot of variety to my game style. I'm gonna set some specific themes and scenarios for myself that are basically gonna force me to play in a very specific manner. For example, if I hit a first serve in, I have to serve in volley. And then if I get a second serve, I'm gonna try to return and finish the point within 3 shots after that. I change of plans, sorry for the interruption. Just realized how bad these courts were at this school, and so we are making a little bit of a detour to head to another set of courts to play. As we go through this warm-up, I just want to give you guys a fair warning. You guys are in for a roller coaster. Truthfully, the highs and lows of this match are insane. Spoiler alert from the title and thumbnail. But yeah, just wanted to kind of give you guys my internal thoughts and give you my honest thoughts that were running through my head as I was going through this kind of unexpected practice. Honestly, feeling pretty damn good through this warm-up. Hopefully everything just translates. All right, 1540. I still got this. I got this. You think that after losing a break early on in the match, I would, try to crawl my way back in and just really pick up the level of focus, right? Well, yes, but no. I think at this point in my mind, part of me was definitely constantly just reminding myself of the rules and themes I was trying to play by. And I think the other part was trying to bridge that gap of, I'm just not serving well enough to execute the rules. That's playing a big factor into my mental because obviously in my mind, I'm under the impression that I've gotten a lot better, but absolutely zero part of me was able to execute that. And truthfully, after the next couple of errors, I was pretty much already mentally checked. I was done. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I just did not want to be here anymore because at this point, I was just making mistakes that were very, very uncharacteristic of me. For some reason, it just didn't feel like I had a lot of control over it. Dude, I feel like my biggest problem is I literally suck at watching the ball. I obviously forgot that I had to return and come in. That's why I was trying to charge in after that second ball. I think frustration's getting to me just because obviously you can't serve in volley if you're missing first serves every time, right? Literally cannot hit a serve right now. I'm struggling to find the court, but I think I'm gonna keep going at it because I know at some point I'll settle in, hopefully. I just have to stay calm and clear-headed and then do a much better job of finding the court because God, I'm not finding a single part of the court.
Okay, much better start. Let's just see if I can keep it up. Focus a little bit more on hitting my spots when I can and just keep using my legs, trying to. It's hard with these dusty courts, but trying to get my feet set and really hold my ground as best I can. So, all right, let's keep going.
So now as we go into the second set, I do end up choosing to stick with it and to power through and just be stubborn. The reason that I had was that overall, at the end of the day, it would be better for me. As you can see, I do get off to a much better start, right? I'm able to hold my very first game. To be honest, at this point, my confidence was a little bit drained. I was definitely extremely tight on my forehands. And if you guys have been viewers of this channel for a while, that's a big problem because I kind of rely on my forehand for a lot of different scenarios, right? Whether it's developing a neutral, building the point out from neutral, or being able to close out a point. And what you're gonna see is everything spiraling completely out of control, and it happens in the blink of an eye. And look, for those of you back home, I promise you that I am trying my damn hardest to fight. One of the biggest things that I realized was I was just keeping the points way too short, and I had no rhythm in the slightest bit. No confidence, no rhythm. My first thought was to just keep the balls in play a little bit more. Whether it meant keeping it through the middle a little more, just trying to get more touches and more reps during these points so that I could, you know, build a little more confidence so I can get my footing into the match. That doesn't really work out if Dennis is playing extremely well, which sucks for me. Credit to him, sucks for me. Dennis is playing phenomenal. His first serve percentage today was extremely high. His ball striking has been very good. A lot of shots that he normally chokes up on, like on deeper balls, he's been controlling it extremely well. He seems to just have a bunch of answers for me. At this point, once again, I'm gonna be completely honest. I was pretty level-headed up until I got broken again at 2-3. And now that we're here at 2-4, you will notice that the frustration is starting to pick back up. This is kind of where it becomes a big problem. I'm back in that situation again mentally where I'm battling in my head. Am I going to keep doing this, or am I going to just try to play normal tennis and finish today's practice on a high note? I think one of the things that I used to battle a lot with was remembering that I'm out here practicing with a friend, and although I do want to prioritize my own improvement, I don't want it to make it awkward for the other person. You know, I don't want it to be awkward afterwards. And so at this point, yeah, I was going back and forth. It's like, is it worth my frustration and my improvement for the sake of, you know, making this practice that was supposed to be friendly a little bit awkward? But here we are at 2-4, and I do want to say this was the turning point. Right there, when Dennis takes an inside-in backhand return, I was like, this is done. I'm over this. Because Dennis has never done that before. You know, I've played Dennis a ton of times, and I don't think I've ever seen him do that. At this point, I knew, okay, he knows exactly what I'm doing. He knows the rules that I'm trying to play by. He has enough confidence to go for that shot. And I was just like, this is it. I'm done. And so from that point on, I go straight back to playing normal tennis because I knew if I kept playing by my restrictions that there was no way I was going to beat him. And I knew that I was just going to become more and more frustrated. And this is kind of where the turning point happens.
Completely given up on the themes because one, I'm pretty sure he knows what I'm doing every time I do it. too. Like, I'm losing my goddamn mind trying this. I think it's better for my own sanity and mental. Jesus Christ, crashing out. I think it's better for my sanity that I don't just keep getting frustrated and losing these stupid points. So.
So to me, this is like my new set. This was kind of the only time in the entire match where I felt like I could mentally reset because I could finally let go of reminding myself of all the rules and things like that. Now, as you can hear in the background, there are some kids that are just going absolutely crazy. So to spare you guys the absolute misery of having to hear them scream in the background for an entire game, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. Now, I do want to say that in some ways, thanks to them, the timing kind of worked out perfectly where I was ready to mentally reset. And I think that they just got into Dennis's head because Dennis started to make some terrible, terrible mistakes that he was not making the entire time. For the entire first set and a half, Dennis was playing great. And I'm telling you, the second that this happened, everything fell apart. And I don't blame him. I just think that it was a very unfortunate timing for him. Now, I'm going to be honest, as we're closing up on the second set, I'm obviously still not playing my best. At least I do feel a lot more comfortable on the court, which is a pretty big deal for me. You can tell that I'm still a little bit tight on my forehands, which I don't think was ever going to be a fix that I made today, given how I started. But I am able to get it done and bring it to the third set. So as we're going through this 10-point tiebreaker, I'm going to leave it here. If you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. I'd love to just hear how you guys approach these type of situations where, you know, you're starting completely down, you know, you're just playing completely awful to start the match, and then just hear how you guys crawl back into it, you know. How long does it take you guys? What are some things that go on through your head? Are they just friendly reminders, friendly tips, or are you kind of just trying to pump up your own confidence? It's been a while since I've been in this situation, so my match toughness is definitely not there. We'd just love to hear your stories. So thanks again for your support. I'm gonna let the rest of the tiebreak play out, and we'll see you in the next one.
Look, I'm not proud that I didn't commit to the themes that I gave myself, but am I more mentally sane now that I'm actually hitting balls in? Yes. Do I feel like I have a rhythm now? Yes. Probably just have to tweak it so it's not every first serve I hit in. It's like every other point or something like that. also helps that ever since that point, he started missing all his first serves, so. Am I happy with that? I don't know. That's probably the most frustrating thing. I think setting those themes and stuff were really good for like helping me practice different aspects of my game, especially when I'm doing doubles, like coming into net more. But then obviously if it's like singles and the opponent can start to read your patterns, it becomes pretty useless. I had to change it, not because I was losing, but mainly because I'm pretty sure if I didn't change it, I would have just cracked a racket like on the spot. I was ready to just let it rip.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah, I was just, it was more for like the mental stability afterwards. I just wanted to come out of this practice mentally sane because it's also been a while since we practiced.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully my frustration was entertaining for you guys. Stay tuned for the next one. We're tired. Yeah, thanks for watching. We're tired.
Yes.
Gonna get out of here. It's a Monday evening at 8 p.m. We just played for 2 hours, 2.5 hours almost. So, like for what? Also, for me to get pissed off. Like, all right, bye.